What's up, you guys? I'm Eric and welcome to my channel, No You Grow Up. I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to talk more about things I love, from action figures to comic books to video games. Basically anything that kind of falls under the quote-unquote nerd umbrella, and I just wanted to be able to talk more about stuff like that. I wanted to kick my channel off with one of my favorite kinds of videos, which is a room tour. I really enjoy watching people's room tours because we all kind of have the same stuff, and it's just kind of cool to see how everybody displays their stuff, because that's kind of what makes people's collections different. You can kind of tell my room's pretty small, so I'm going to have to move some stuff around. So I'm going to break this tour up into 3 different parts. My first part is going to be my Ninja Turtles collection, which is definitely my biggest and most favorite collection. So I'm going to go ahead, get some stuff moved around in here, and we're going to pick back up with my Turtles collection.
Alright guys, so I've moved my couch and I'm standing as far away as I possibly can from everything. I'm going to try to get as much as I can in here from this angle before moving into all the shelves, and then I'll go through each one individually, kind of show you how I have everything grouped up in here. I'm actually getting ready to reset my entire Turtles collection to make room for a bunch of stuff that's been coming out, and I'm actually going to do that with my entire collection. So everything that I shoot in these next 3 videos is kind of going to have a before and after too. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on the other side of this couch, start going through everything here. Alright guys, so starting up here, we got the NECA movie figures. I also have the musical mutagen tour figures down here as well. Have that Raphael one-shot micro series back there, first appearance of Casey Jones. Those cardboard cutouts were part of a bigger diorama that my grandpa got me when I was a kid. He was a vendor for people that rented movies and stuff like that, so we'd have all kinds of cool promo stuff he'd let me have when I was a kid, and that was definitely one of my favorite things, and I wish it all would have survived, but those are at least 2 of the pieces I still have. Coming down here, I have 4 open packs of the foot soldiers. I'd definitely like to get at least 1 or 2 more packs if I could. I'm at least happy with 8, but if I could get 10 or 12, that would be pretty cool. Over here I have my autographed Kevin Nash figure back there. I got his autograph at Indie Comic-Con last fall. That was really fun. It was my first Comic-Con, and getting his autograph was pretty cool. Moving down here, I have my NECA Toon stuff. I have them kind of packed in here. They're on 6 shelves, so I'm doing this voiceover after I've done my reset actually, so just kind of giving you a spoiler there. They'll have 9 shelves in my next setup, so I was pretty happy to give them some more real estate, get some of them spread out a little bit more. So I'm pretty happy with this shelf the way it is. It'll probably always pretty much remain about the same. I have 4 more foot soldiers that I haven't opened yet. I might put 1 more on each side here, but I kind of like it with the Roadkill Rodneys. Whatever I end up doing, whatever I have left with the foot soldiers, I'm just gonna give to Alpha 1 down there so we can have some more cronies. Yeah, just more of the villains over here. Pretty excited to get the neutrinos to set up a display with Krang and the Rock Soldiers, and hopefully the Rock Soldier infantrymen get here pretty soon too. This shelf is just kind of a hodgepodge. Have the damaged foot soldiers and the Bebop and Rocksteady and the bunny suits. Down here, more of the villains. Also just Metalhead and some of the bigger figures that just kind of look good together on that shelf. These guys with the tails are just a pain in the ass to get on here. I don't really want to take their tails off because then they just don't look right, but they definitely fit weird on the shelf for sure. Down here, another spoiler. I'm going to get all this video game stuff condensed down to 1 shelf. I love the video game stuff. I definitely want to have room for it, but again, real estate's at a premium right now, so we have to make room for some other stuff. Moving up top here to these on-card figures. These are just all the Playmates re-releases from the last couple of years. I've gotten pretty much all the packs they've released. I am definitely a mark for this kind of stuff. I know the deco is not as good, I know the plastic's not as good, but it's just nice to be able to get figures that are affordable and just have them on card like this. Again, when you're not up super close to them, they still look pretty good on card. Hopefully I'll be able to get that Superheroes pack here soon. It's supposed to ship in May. We'll see if that'll actually happen or not. I don't have the sports ones. I'll probably get some of those off eBay here soon. They're actually going for less than retail right now. Coming down here, just kind of catch-all shelf. I have the NECA Toon quarter scale figures there, the Frankenstein Raphael, and then the glow-in-the-dark Muckman. Moving up top, so this is going to be a controversial take, but Super 7 line is definitely my favorite line of figures. They just hit the nostalgia bone so hard while updating the looks, and it's just the perfect action figure for me. They just look how the figures felt to me when I was a kid. Like, I don't know how to describe it any other way, but they just do everything right for me. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea. I know they're a little expensive, but I love these figures. I just wish they would come out, I don't even know, necessarily a little bit faster, because like I said, they're expensive, but every time I get some of these, it's just like Christmas morning. I love opening up all 4, soon to be 5 per wave now, so definitely excited to start getting the next waves for that. I know they're going to hit pretty fast back to back, so that's going to be a pretty big dig to my wallet there, so definitely probably going to have to cancel maybe some lesser wanted pre-orders when those times come around. We'll see. Time will tell. Coming down here to my classic Playmates collection. So these I'm really happy to have. These were like my first collecting goal when I got back into collecting action figures again. It was my favorite toy line as a kid. It was my first love as a toy line, and they just, every time I see these figures, they just do something to me that I can't describe. They just hit every note with me. They were just the perfect line at the perfect time for me. I was a sucker for this line. I had all my Wave 1 figures on that shelf. Coming over here, we got all the Wave 2 figures. Yeah, I love these first 2 waves so much. They're so iconic. Again, a lot of the kids I went to the babysitters with had a lot of the figures in this wave. I mostly only had a lot of the original Turtles. I had Krang, and other than that, I pretty much just mostly had variations of the Turtles going forward. I pretty much had every variation of Raphael. Everyone knew in my family that that was the figure to get me, so that's mostly what I got for Christmases and my birthdays and stuff like that. Coming over here, we got Wave 4, which is probably my least favorite of the first 4 waves, but this one is still definitely in the iconic realm for me. I remember kids having a lot of these figures, but they were definitely the last wave that I remember pretty well as a kid. Once again, like Wave 5, I honestly don't even remember a lot of those figures, and Wave 3 over here is my all-time favorite wave. Slash is my all-time favorite figure in the middle there. Muckman and Mutagen Man are close second and third for that wave, but I definitely think that is just the best wave they put out. It's got some good bangers, and I can't get enough of that wave. Coming down here, just some of the turtle variations. This shelf used to be all like Usagi related, but again, he's kind of just going to get folded into my comic book collection because I don't have enough room for everything anymore, so I'm going to make more room for other stuff and kind of get these condensed into the rest of my Playmates figures. Same with over here, just more Playmates overflow, more turtle variations. This was the first wave I really wanted to get, was the Turtles in Disguise, so I have all 4 of those. Missing Michelangelo for the movie figure there. I have the Troll Turtle replacing him for the time being, and I do have all 4 of the movie figures for the 3rd movie down there. Over here we got the comic book stuff, so I'm very excited to get more Mirage stuff. I'm very excited for that stuff to come. These are the KO figures here in the middle. Like everyone else, I was definitely not into collecting figures when the original ones were out, and I'm glad I waited to pull the trigger on those, because it definitely looks like we'll be getting, even if they're different molds, I'm still happy to get some Mirage Turtles from NECA and be able to replace the KO ones I have. These are the Batman versus TMNT figures. I love those figures, but those will probably be on the chopping block here soon too. All the figures here have been listed on eBay at the time of recording this voiceover. Half of them have already sold. It was cool to have all these other Playmates figures of all the other renditions of the Turtles, but they just don't have a lot of nostalgic meaning to me, and that's just really what my collection's about right now. So yeah, I'm always just kind of cutting stuff out, trying to keep the stuff that means the most to me, and my collection just, in my opinion, keeps getting better and better. So yeah. Alright, you guys, so it's a couple weeks later and I've got everything reset. I actually had it reset a couple weeks ago, but my brother had his wedding last weekend, so I've been pretty busy. Been out of town and stuff for that. But yeah, I definitely like the way that I have everything laid out here now, much better than I did before. So this was actually the second reset that I did. I was about halfway through the first one, and I just did not like where it was going, so I ended up taking everything back off and just kind of starting over. I really wanted to focus around the Super 7 figures, and I wasn't able to do that, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, I love the NECA stuff, but I mean, the Super 7 stuff is just, it's definitely my favorite line. But yeah, I just have so much more NECA stuff that there's no way it can really be the focus of the collection, so that's kind of what I used as the focal point, like the quarter scale figures in the center there, getting the quarter scale figures at the top there. But I just definitely like the way everything's grouped up now. Just getting all the movie stuff on top, all the toon stuff there in the middle. Got my cartoon shelves going over there. The shelf with April in the turtle van is kind of just a placeholder for the time being. I got all my video game stuff onto one shelf there. All the Playmates stuff down at the bottom. Super 7 stuff, again, I wish I could have had that closer to the top, but just the way everything worked out, it kind of just fit in there the best. And again, I'll have a lot more room now for it too, having 3 shelves and the little cubes over there. I can pack those out and push the in-package figures back a little bit to make more room for figures that are out of package. So yeah, that's how it's looking now. I'll do a quick run through of everything close up so you guys can see. And yeah, like I said, I just definitely love the way it looks now. This is probably far and away the happiest I've been with my turtle display. So get out from this corner and start filming the close-ups. Starting at the top over here, stuck with my movie figures on the top shelf. Just with having those cardboard cutouts up there, I just definitely feel like I have to have my movie figures kind of revolve around those guys. I only planned on having them on these 2 shelves on the corner again, but then I just decided to spread them all the way across the top, and I definitely ended up liking the way that looked. Moved the main 4 turtles over to the center here to kind of anchor that display, so the focal point's like right in the center. I did the same thing as you'll see with the toon figures here in a minute, but I do like the way my movie figures look up top there. The one thing that I just wish I could have figured differently was getting my autographed April figure out. She's kind of hidden behind the trench coat raft over on the single shelf over there, but I'll definitely have a lot more room for expansion for all the movie figures now, so I'll be able to get them going across the top there, which is cool. And then if I do need to work anybody else in down here, but as far as the first movie goes, they got to be pretty close to the end, so it really looks like they're starting to shift gears towards the second movie. They got that new Shredder coming out, the Kino figure is going to hit soon, so I'm pretty excited to get that stuff. And weird as it sounds, I'm really excited to get stuff from the third movie too, so it'll probably be a couple years before that, but kind of excited to get those Shogun style turtles done by NECA. Made a couple tweaks with the carded figures up here. Got that Usagi figure out over there. Got the comic book figures running down over here, and I moved the movie figures over by the cardboard cutouts. I wanted to make room to get the NECA inbox figures in behind those guys, so like I said, I really like the way that the movie figures turned out up there. Moving down here, so like I said, the big change, the NECA toon figures went from 6 shelves to 9 shelves, so they're definitely taking up the most real estate now. I really like the way that looks. I started off with the 2/4 scale turtles there in the middle, and then just kind of started putting stuff on around them. Have my, like I said, that Shredder shelf is pretty much exactly the same as it was. Stuff in the background is just a little bit different, but I kept all the same figures. I still haven't gotten around to opening up my Mousers or the new foot soldiers, but they'll be in here soon. Got some breathing room for my turtles over here. I'll probably throw old Miyamoto on that shelf when he comes in. I'm coming over here. Guys in front are just kind of placeholders. Like I said, I'm going to put the neutrinos out front with the rock soldier infantrymen. So So I'm pretty happy to have those 3 shelves up there. They'll kind of be close to complete anyway. Down here, just kind of a catch-all for random characters. Don't really know what to do with those guys. So in my second reset, this is the shelf I started with. I just want to get those Toon quarter scale figures in there to anchor the collection. I know I said that Super 7 is my favorite line, but those quarter scale Toon figures are probably my favorite 2 things in the collection. I can't wait to get all 4 of those guys. I got the Channel 6 figures over here with Muckman, Mondo, and Metalhead in the background. Pretty excited to get Rex 1. I know he's coming soon. He'll look good with those guys. More of the villains down here. Kind of like the way those guys all worked in there. Over here, got a lot of breathing room for these guys too, so there'll be more room for stuff as it comes in. I'm gonna get some of those rats for Rat King right there, but I like the way the frogs look with Leatherhead over there, and then I got the Triceratons over here, and again plenty of breathing room for those guys now too, so I can tighten those guys up to make more room for more figures. Coming down here, the Super 7 stuff, really like the way this looks, like having the comics behind them since they're big chunky figures, gives a little bit more room on the shelf. Didn't really talk a lot about the stuff in the background. I'll have videos other days where I kind of hit things more in depth and just kind of everything I collect and what I collect and why I collect and stuff like that. I've kind of got a lot of ideas for the channel as I've started making this video and stuff like that, so hopefully I'll have lots of cool turtle content to come. Yeah, but like I said, I can push those guys back. My stabilization stick got in the way a little bit there when I was filming. Yeah, so I can just push those guys back, make room for more turtles as those guys come in for the next few waves. And yeah, I get my little glow in the dark stuff over there. I'm really excited to get those guys. Coming down here, the Playmate stuff definitely got a little crammed. Kind of bummed about that, but I definitely don't want to pack any of this stuff away. I just love it so much, so I decided to tighten everything up down here. So I have all wave 1 and 2 over there. I have all my turtle variations packed in here. Savage Dragon made his way over here. I actually used to have an image shelf and some stuff on the wall, but again, I had to give up that real estate for more Marvel Legends stuff, so he's over here with his turtles now. Over here we got waves 3 and 4. These guys are packed in here also pretty tight, but I made it work. But yeah, just happy I could get all those guys back on the shelf. And then lots of breathing room over here for my retro party wagon. Really glad to have one of those. Got it for a pretty good price. They're going for a little bit better of a price now, but I'm glad I have that. Yeah, coming up here is, like I said, I got all the video game characters all crammed into one shelf now. They're pretty tight. Once Armagon comes in, I'll probably just move out that Baxter box and throw him back there and just leave him in the package. Just kind of placeholders on that shelf right there. That's the re-release of the party wagon. Comic stuff, I really like how this looks now. Like I said, I still have room for these guys for the time being. I will probably not sell those guys. I probably will store those guys when the time comes because I do like them. But I'm definitely going to make room for more of the Mirage figures, and hopefully we start getting a lot more of those in the next couple of years. Like I said, still got a lot of breathing room up here, but hopefully they start rolling out with those figures to kind of replace the arcade figures. But yeah, just like the way everything looks, pretty happy with this reset. I'm just really happy with how everything turned out. Alright you guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you've made it this long, thank you very much. Again, I've never done anything like this. I've never edited video. I'm terrible at talking in public. I guess this isn't really public, but it's still speaking. You probably noticed that I said 10,000 times, so hopefully I get better at things. Hopefully I get better at camera work, speaking. Yeah, I just said again, but hopefully it's going to be habits that I can break, so I'm not super annoying to listen to. But I just feel like I have a lot of good thoughts on this stuff. I just want to be able to share it with other people. I want to get other people's opinions. Like I said, I like seeing other people's collections. I want to be able to share mine with other people, and hopefully we can just talk about this stuff. Like I said, I'll have a lot more turtle stuff to talk about in the future. For my next video, I'm going to continue this room tour. So my turtles collection probably takes up, I would say, 33 to 40% of my collection. It's far and away the biggest collection. So everything else you're going to see is going to be a lot more IPs in the same video. So for instance, my next video is going to be a lot of Marvel Legends, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Motu Origins, and then a couple other things too. So yeah, if you're only into turtle stuff, my next couple videos might not interest you, but I will be back to turtle stuff eventually. It's far and away my favorite thing from childhood. It's probably going to be what I talk about the most on here. But yeah, I hope you guys stick around, see where things go, and again, thanks for watching if you made it this far. Alright, and last thing, I just want to thank a couple people, probably 2 of the 5 people that will be watching this video. So the first person is my boss, Ben. He has gotten his hands on a lot of the stuff for me that is in this collection. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have a few of these figures that are in here. He's an old toy collector. He doesn't collect anymore, but he definitely still loves the hunt. He's always asking me what figures are coming out next, what to be on the lookout for. So again, I can't thank that guy enough. He's also gifted me a lot of cool things too. So mainly from this collection, that quarter scale Raphael he just gave to me, and I just can't thank that guy enough for everything he's done. There will be some other stuff in this collection I'll show you that he's given me, but it's a really cool guy. Again, thank you very much. And then second, my girlfriend Lacey. So I moved in with her a few years ago. She said I could take the 3rd bedroom to do whatever I wanted with. I don't think she had any clue what she was in for, but she doesn't really give me a hard time about any of this stuff. She's pretty supportive. Yeah, I just can't thank her enough for putting up with me and all the bull crap I do and all the money I waste on this stuff, and I just love her very much, and I can't thank her enough for letting me have all of this. So yeah, thank you very much. And then last, I just want to thank friends, family, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, parents of friends, anybody that got me any figures from when I was a kid that I just can't explain to how happy that stuff made me, and clearly it's just carried over into my adult life. So just thank you guys very much for making my childhood awesome, and in turn making my adulthood awesome. So yeah, that's all I really got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I've gained your interest, and I'll see you around here again. So you guys take it easy, and I'll see you later. Peace.